something I can see peering out of that black hole, two luminous discs. The eyes, it might be a face, might be almost but heavens, something wriggling out of the shadow like a gray snake. Now it's another one, and another one, and another one. They look like tentacles to me. Oh, yeah, I can see the thing's body now. It's large as a bear. It glistens like wet leather, but that face, ladies and gentlemen, it's indescribable. I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it. It's so awful. The eyes are black, and they gleam like a serpent. The mouth is a kind of V-shape with saliva dripping from its rimless lips and seem to quiver and pulsate.
The bright overcast skies above Lake Arkansas begin to dim as the light fades on the second day that Saint and Alister are in town. A series of disturbing diary entries from days gone by illuminated to our investigators that something shady is keeping the town afloat. Whatever happened over a century ago, the doors of the Lakeside Bar and Restaurant will have to open soon. When we last left our players, the two of you had had a heart-to-heart with Alice Creek about the kind of stuff that her now departed brother got up to. You let her in on the idea that he was undergoing a strange ritual on the town to keep it safe from some sort of predatory outside influence. Although you are still hazy on the details yourself. Although a diary from one of Philip and Alice's ancestors in the bookshelf perhaps provided a path forward and hinted at the scale of the spell that is keeping this place safe. So at this time, I don't believe you have gone any farther than just leaving the master bedroom. I believe at the end of the last episode, you had only just made the decision that you were going to leave, with Alice deciding that she was going to cover up the mirror.
So we found this... I'm just trying to think about whether there's anywhere else we've determined that there's no, storm cellar or basement.
Yeah, because I remember checking for that first, because I was like, there's always some shit in basements. I didn't check for an attic, the second scariest place in any home.
In the history of slashers, there's probably plenty more don't go down theirs than there are don't go up theirs.
Yeah. But in ghost stories, don't go up theirs, I find, are much more common.
You're so right.
You're welcome.
Oh, you know what? Hellraiser has a don't go up there.
Yeah, it does. That's where shit pops off. Well, fuck it. I'll just ask Alice directly. Alright, I think our next plan is to go to the bar. Is there anything else? Any other, I don't know, such an odd question, but rooms of note here? Anything else you think could have clues? Anything weird? It sounds like a lot, obviously, that wasn't very public, but you would know this house better than we would.
What? Evidence of whatever Philip was getting up to?
Sure. Or that your grandparents had been taking care of also. This has been going on for a long time.
No, other than those strange books, nothing comes to mind. I've been packing up a lot of things, but I haven't stumbled across anything weird. Other than, I guess, the candle.
Okay. To the bar we go then. I already gave her my card, so she has that if she finds anything. Or, if shit goes haywire and she's like, please God help me. I'm being hellraisered. But other than that...
Let's get out of this poor woman's house.
Yeah. Let's get in you got a fast car. I got a ticket to the bar on the other side of town because we need to investigate a murder.
I would say that my car is not so much fast as it is,
tops out
has
at
a high
50
safety
miles
rating.
an hour.
Yeah, it's
God.
it's very fuel efficient, has a high safety rating, and also is extremely old, like the post office vehicles.
Having concluded your time at the Creek House and temporarily parted ways with Alice, the two of you step back into Alister's vehicle. You have a moment to maybe reflect or share information if the two of you want. Otherwise, you can just move on to your next destination.
I mean, I don't think I have anything else.
No, I'm thinking, I think Alistair's kind of just sitting there, thinking, it's sort of like, well, fuck, I really hope somebody can, like, Macy knows something about this, because otherwise this feels like a dead end to me.
Yeah, she's really kind of our last line of defense against the stranger, in terms of information gathering. Oh, I wasn't thinking about it like that, but she might actually be, depending.
If Macy can't help us, like, restore whatever this thing is, I don't know. I feel like maybe it occurs to him that, like, if Macy is a dead end and we don't have a way to restore whatever the protections were on this town, that might be the point at which I have to report it.
Are you gonna pre-report it now so you have backup, like...
No.
Okay.
I don't think I am. My question is whether Alister is going to say something about
I was gonna
that.
say, are you gonna say it out loud also? Because Saint's backup plan is, well, I guess I'm going to the lake and dealing with this myself. Which, side note, wow, what a bad idea. But it's him.
Yeah.
Or he's gonna keep doing research. He's gonna, like, reach out to his friends. No, first step would be reach out to crew and be like, any of you guys heard about something like this, and, like, try and restore the ritual. And if that does not work, then, alright, I guess we're doing this. Fuck it, we ball.
So Alister, puts his hands on the wheel and then stops for a second and looks over at Saint. And just, we'll flat out be honest, I don't have a sense of how likely it is that Macy had anything even approaching the depth of knowledge of this arrangement that Philip had, if she proves to be a dead end in service of reconstructing it and relighting the candle. Are there resources you have at your disposal that would present alternative avenues for acquiring that kind of information?
Yeah. I can't guarantee that I'll actually get, a specific answer or even get something super timely, but I know a lot of folks in this kind of community. And so my next plan of action was just to start reaching out and have those people reach out and just see what we can get while, I don't know, just dig in. I've never asked this. Is there a library anywhere near this town? I assume this town itself does not have a library, but...
The nearest town that has a library is probably more than an hour away.
I mean, it's a library.
Yeah, that's true.
God bless them. So, head to the nearest library, dig there. The next spot would be research, and if that doesn't get us anything, then we go from there. But yes, it's not anything governmental, so it would be kind of a different breadth of knowledge, but I have quite a lot of faith in it. It's, done me right so far.
And your professional estimation of the timeline before this situation becomes untenable for the residents of the town?
Oh, I don't know. It's been like a week since Philip died, correct?
Yeah, it's been about a week since Philip died. You also don't really seem to have gotten any indication of any escalation except for what happened last night at the bar.
Yeah.
That was a stronger manifestation than what Lefty had been previously reporting. But you don't necessarily know if that means anyone's in, like, capital D danger.
Yeah, I don't think that Philip would hurt anybody.
No, but it also, whatever it was, trying to drag Saint into the lake.
Yeah.
You're right. Actually, I guess in that sense, whatever is happening here is manifesting a little stronger in the physical world than it used to. You could probably infer that, but you don't necessarily know if there's, like, an apocalyptic threat to the town yet.
No,
or anything.
I'm just trying to, and the candle was blown out like a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and within a few days, somebody was on the lake and almost got drowned. I don't think Philip's gonna hurt anybody, but that is concerning. Okay. Shifting gears. I don't know. We just haven't had enough time of what's going on to really estimate. It sounds like whatever was happening before they did the ritual took place over a longer period, but was fairly dramatic. However, it's only been a few days since the candle was blown out, breaking the ritual, and we've already had one attempted murder. So that's not good. And there's already also been a death, whether it's related to the stranger or not. So I can't really say. I definitely don't feel comfortable leaving this town until we or I resolve this problem. But I just couldn't give an estimate. If I would not want to wait on my contacts longer than tops a week, and that is the outer edge. And then that would also depend on exactly what starts happening and pivot from there. Because if we start seeing escalating events within the next 24 hours or so, obviously I can't wait that long and something needs to happen. But if things stay neutral, then perhaps we could wait a little longer. It would just be... It's kind of a wait and see situation. Now, I will also say I don't expect you to stick around for that long a period. I know you have a job to get back to. And this is, this is my work. So that would be my timeline, but I don't know. There you go. Long answer to a short question.
Alister, he has a habit of sort of, when he's not putting on a front for people, just openly, nodding and then clearly digesting whatever someone has just said without feeling like he needs to respond to it immediately.
Which is fine. Saint is, not worried about that. Saint is, thinking also about, who would I contact first, right? So yeah, Alister just nods and then starts the car. And we trundle our way back to the Lakeside Bar and Restaurant.
You pull back up to the Lakeside Bar and Grill. Not much has changed from earlier in the day, although you will note that Macy Goodwin's car is there. The very same vehicle that you recognize from yesterday when she pulled in before opening for business when you initially visited Lake Arkansas yesterday.
Oh, good. I'm glad that we don't have to go herring around. Well, I guess there's not very much town to go herring around. But
I know, but I was not looking forward to that. I'm so glad she rolled up today. Does it look like the bar is open yet? Or is this something where we're gonna have to knock on the door and be like, Lefty, will you let us in, please?
I believe it's still early enough in the day that the bar is not open yet. I believe I said the sun was starting to set, or at least that the light of the world was... the light of the world, like we're fucking elves in the Silmarillion.
Yeah. Yeah, oh no, the fucking... The trees are dead. Everybody freak out.
The trees are dimming. Morgoth has returned to the world.
To sail across the flat earth to heaven.
You look across Lake Arkansas and see Ungoliant, mother of all spiders.
Oh, that's a bummer. Anyway, so we go. I'm gonna go, unless Alister physically stops me. I'm getting out of the car, and I'm going up to the door.
I have no instinct to stop you.
And I think if he grabbed me, I'd still win.
I mean, yes, you're not wrong.
The hand of the law cannot stop the common worker. In this case, literally, because I have a higher athletics than him. It's not called athletics in this game. Yes, it is. Never mind.
You have literally any
I literally have athletics and fight, and the government does not have either. Okay, I'm gonna go knock on the door.
I will get out and follow you.
Sure. You knock on the left door, which I believe was the only one working. The right door has been stuck throughout the duration of this chapter.
It'd be like that.
Since you knock, you hear a voice from the back of the restaurant that yells back, "We're not open yet," at a full echoing volume. Through the window, the little fry cook window that we've talked about before, you see Macy Goodwin step into view from deeper within the kitchen and make eye contact through multiple windows to you, Saint.
Macy, I think we need to talk, and I figure maybe it's better to do it before people start rolling in.
She walks out from the kitchen, letting the kind of kitchen door swing behind her and up to the entrance of the Lakeside Restaurant. She is on the other side of the pane of glass, embedded in the door. She can hear you just fine.
And she triple locks it and walks away.
She gives you the finger, locks the door.
Really, she's gonna wait for me to talk through the door at her? This
She begins to board it up. This zombie movie.
fuck.
So suddenly she paints "Don't Dead" open inside, and we're all very confused.
Through the door,
Still
which is
making eye
crazy.
contact as she hammers it.
So rude.
Into glass, which is really
Seems like a bad idea. Yeah,
counterintuitive.
but whatever.
She lets out a short sigh, reaches into her pocket, pulls out some keys, and unlocks the left door.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if I have to yell at her about the town's business through the door, I will, but I'll be real mad.
You two have a habit of showing up outside of business hours.
I mean, once again, we can leave and come back during business hours, but I don't think you want to talk about ghost stuff when everyone and their mom is here. If only just because you're going to be busy.
So we're calling what happened last night a ghost, then.
But would you prefer to call it?
I don't know what happened last night. I was hoping... So it is a ghost, is what you're saying.
Yes. Part of this situation is a ghost, anyway.
She seems a little taken aback by the suggestion that this could be more complicated than just a ghost. Given that the idea of a ghost is already a massive kind of leap of logic or leap of faith for her.
Good news, girl boss. I have so much info for you. Maybe we should sit down.
She directs you to one of the booths, almost waitress-like. No, she doesn't. She directs you to sit at the bar. Let me try that again.
Okay.
She directs you to sit at the bar with kind of a waitress-like gesture. Practiced, of course, by the fact that she owns this restaurant.
The
Makes
muscle
sense.
memory never leaves.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
You should see the way I juggle plates. Ezra, I realize I'm taking the foreground,
No,
Bad
that's
sentence,
totally fine.
but yeah, please cut in whenever.
Yeah, no, I will.
Or if you,
We are, as I've said before, I think that this level of collaboration with civilians involved in some kind of fucked situation, which is definitely the technical term for it. It's not that the department never does this, it's that this level of working with people instead of using them is above Alister's pay grade, I think. It's that the decision to do something like this is like
To just tell people.
yeah. The decision to say, yeah, we're just telling people, or we're going to be upfront about whatever's going on, or we need, we need buy-in, is like, it's not that never happens, but you wouldn't send somebody like Alister to run that kind of a mission. He's also, I don't know that he's really... obviously he's run a few on his own, but I kind of envision him for the most part as, like, having a specific role within, like, okay, there's an investigation here. You are the guy who's going to pose as whatever and obtain XYZ pieces of information or break in here. And then it's like, he's not the one making the arrests either. He has a very
B&E.
specific skill set. Kinda, yeah. I mean, usually it's more of just entering under false pretenses rather than breaking anything, but
yeah,
he's also not
entering.
above a little B&E. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mostly, I was gonna say, yeah, it's mostly entering, but he's not above a little B in B&E. But he's like, also Saint's entire MO is just different.
Yeah.
And it seems to be working thus far. And
Yeah.
I don't think Alister wants to either A, pull the plug on it, or B,
Not yet, anyway.
jeopardize it until he feels like he has to.
Yeah. Oh my god, we're foils.
How is he your boyfriend if he's my narrative foil?
Literally.
Macy steps around to the other side of the bar. Again, a motion she is very familiar with. She does ask directly, all right, what can I get you?
I wasn't expecting that. I mean, Alister's driving. No, Saint isn't gonna start heavy drinking on the job.
It's a light beer, it's basically nothing.
That's true. I was gonna say, if he drinks a PBR, that's just water. But that's the, like, is he going to drink to have this be, like, a more natural conversation, or is he gonna, yeah, I'll just have a Corona.
She reaches for a bottle and opens it for you,
Thank you.
setting it on the counter in front of you. Al, was it?
Sure. A weird thing to say. That's not. I don't know why I said that.
I think it's funny. I think he should say it. No,
It's an odd thing
do
to
whatever
say.
you want.
No.
Oh my god. He probably would. He's much better at keeping up.
No,
appearances.
he's yeah.
It's just so funny. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, sure. No, he definitely introduced himself as because I kept making call me Al jokes because I had that fucking song stuck in my head for weeks. If she is also offering, we'll drink whatever Saint is drinking.
Certainly.
But if she's not, that's okay.
Great. She cracks open a bottle for you as well. Wow, a cold one with the boys.
Cracking open a cold one with the boys.
Cracking open a boy with the cold ones.
Yeah, anyway.
Chapter 7.
Promise.
Sure. Much like Alister. Sure.
No, we already know what 7 is. Sort of.
Yeah, it's
Could be a vampire.
She braces herself against the bar, kind of putting both arms maybe shoulder width apart and kind of leaning forward between the two of you. What do you think is happening to my restaurant?
Well, I think it's more about what is happening to the town than just your restaurant. Before I go too much further, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Oh, damn it. There's actually a couple questions I want to ask, and I need to figure out which one I want to ask first and how to ask it so it doesn't sound like we broke into her apartment, which we definitely did. You inherited this place, right?
Yeah, from my aunt.
When you got it, did she tell you anything specific about it? Maybe something involving a candle?
Are you talking about the candle upstairs?
If that's where it is, yeah. Be a black candle, doesn't seem to go out.
Right. She looks a little nervous. I know that's important to Philip, but I've never touched it. What do you mean never goes out, though?
I mean, you don't keep lighting it, right? Like it just burns?
I don't check it that often. I've only been back there a few times.
And every time you've checked, it's been burning?
Sure, but I assumed Philip replaced them.
Okay, so he would go up there and check on them. Okay.
Yeah, that was his business. It's part of the I live here. I live upstairs, but that's just kind of an arrangement I have. There's like a storage room at the back of the hallway, and Philip just asked that I don't go in there. It's fine. It's one room. It's full of junk. I'm not going to use it for anything. But that was just an agreement that he would take care of that space. I only saw the candle for the first time like a year ago.
That sound I just made was in character, by the way.
Sure.
Okay. And your aunt didn't tell you anything about it or anything special about the town, and Philip didn't tell you anything about it either? He just took care of it?
He just took care of it.
Okay.
No, all my aunt ever told me was that, this place was essential to the community, and it is. And, I agree with her. It is.
In more ways than one, actually. So what happened last night, as far as I can tell, I think that was Philip. I think that was him trying to get somebody's attention. It could have potentially been something else. There's been him and there's something else. Sorry, that was me. This is me thinking. I would not still be, because when I got, did I get wet when I got dragged in by the thing? Like, did it fully get me partially in the water?
Yeah,
Okay.
It didn't like pull your head under, but for sure you were splashed at the very least.
Okay.
Definitely your like forearms for sure.
Okay.
I picture Saint bent over like the side of the boat
Yeah.
or whatever, like again, like straining to not be pulled in. I don't see like a head submerged or anything.
Yeah.
But, like that would have definitely like sloshed a lot of water up onto your chest.
Yeah, okay. That was what I was
shoulders.
thinking too, but I wanted to double check. I'm gonna like gesture to my chest. There's something else besides your friend who is in this town, and it almost drowned me earlier because I was an idiot, but that's beside the point. And that candle is related to it. There's 5 of them in this town, and one of them got blown out, and it's because of that shit started to go haywire. And that's what we're trying to fix, and I was really hoping that maybe you would have more information about how to get that candle unblown out, but maybe not. He just kind of puts his face in one hand, and is just kind of sitting there thinking. So I will leave it open to anyone else if they want to jump in.
But Alister will lean in and I guess so. She said that she's like, that was Phil's thing, and she just assumed that he was taking care of it.
Yeah.
I know that
Correct.
we went in there before and we didn't really see anything, but we didn't know what we were looking for before. So, I think, yeah, with that in mind, Alister will lean in and says, would you mind if we had a look around upstairs, wherever this candle is, on the off chance that Phil might have left notes about the whole business, anything like that upstairs?
Upstairs in my home.
I understand that it's an imposition. This is... Saint's worried that this whole business is only gonna get worse if we can't do something about it, and I trust his expertise. I wouldn't ask otherwise.
Last time somebody went up there, the ceiling started leaking. So you get why I'm nervous about that.
Of course. No, absolutely. I think, and Saint, correct me if I'm wrong, it's just that what we've gathered about the origins of the town's problem, we could be headed for something more dramatic than a little water damage.
Yeah.
Did it stick around? Did we see any indication of the water having happened when we were up there? When we went back up, which she does not know that we've already been rifling through her shit.
Oh, of course.
But when we went up there the second time without Macy, did we see any evidence of the water from the ghost manifestation the first time?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose if she escorts us up there, she'll see that for herself. So I'm not going to bring it up, but...
Yeah. Also, I understand being hesitant. On the other side, it is your home. Do you plan on staying away from it forever? Or would you rather go up there with someone who knows what's going on and how to help you?
She leans back against the back of the bar, against, I guess, the shelves of alcohol and the sink and everything that is at the back of behind her. And starts to both kind of pinch her nose and maybe rub the side of one of her eyes. As she kind of exhales out I don't know what I'm going to do with this place.
You were planning on selling it, right?
Her eyes kind of flash open. Who told you that?
I will pull out the contract that I have from Phil's place and put it down on the counter and keep my hand on it, by the way. She's not taking that one from me. I have a +2 to athletics and a +3 to fight, as previously mentioned. You can try and get it from my little paws if she wants to.
Oh, so he did keep it.
He did.
She remarks snidely. I assume what? Alice gave that to you?
This is not an in-game pause. I'm thinking so hard. How do I sideways say something like that without being like, no, I stole it? No,
I looted a dead man's bedroom.
Googling frantically how to lie.
I can try to come up with something.
Sure, you might see like a split-second hesitancy. I was gonna just shrug, but if Alister has a lie... I think I've gotten
used to... Yeah, now I have to come up with something. But I think Alister, in terms of their back and forth, I feel like Alister has gotten used to Saint's, his sort of... He's very competent at a great many things, and just casual falsehoods are not one of them. No. Whereas I'm great at that.
Yeah.
Siri, what is felony perjury?
I don't see a court anywhere. I'm not I'm not perjuring
Why
myself.
ask
I'm
Siri
just
when you
lying
can
to
ask
somebody.
Alister?
Yeah. No, fuck. Okay, what would Alister
The department aren't cops, but they probably have to do a right to remain every once in a while.
well, I don't know. Shit. Okay,
Are they arresting aliens?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Nothing to say to that, is there?
Yep.
Do
Shoot,
the
what would
Miranda
you say
rights
to that,
apply
then?
to somebody from another planet?
Yes, they apply to anyone who is currently in the United States.
Good to know.
Know your rights. You weren't expecting me to have an answer to that, were you?
No, I you're right. I wasn't. I was goofing, and then you had a serious answer, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
That's good to know.
Well, I mean, in fairness, she did tell us we could have a look around.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm trying to decide whether I want to say that I want to just be like she did, or that she that she was, that she was open to us kind of going through Philip's stuff.
Yeah, part of me wants to tell like the half lie of it was in Philip's room, which is true and does not necessarily disprove that. Or we could go with the like Saint was just gonna like shrug, but that seems so sketchy.
Yeah, my thing is, I'm like, is this gonna come back to bite us later? I don't think so.
There's no way. Well, unless she comes in and she's like, "What's all this?" Then, I don't think so.
In which case, we just say. Later. In which case, we just say, yeah, we found this. We were, we did like, yeah. I guess maybe we could have told her about it, but.
I mean, we could say like she let us into his room, which is a fact, and that's
we also
it.
Just I don't think there's anything wrong with just saying that that she decided to. I mean, God, why am I going in circles about this? This is so stupid.
Quick, boys, how do we get out of this one?
But it's like, it's not even a problem. I don't know why I'm going nuts.
Well,
it's
she
like,
is going to show up at the bar later.
Did she give that to you?
Yeah.
It was, yeah, and Alister does just cut in and does say that, Alice very kindly gave us permission to investigate Philip's belongings in hopes that we'd be able to find some more contextual information regarding his death and what's happening in the town.
There we go. Very nice.
Information that you're seeking.
And I'll that one I'm gonna give Saint a chance to answer first.
Okay. Thank you, Alister.
It's like I'm not gonna hit her. I'm not gonna hit her with Saint's an exorcist.
Yeah.
Unless Saint does.
We low five a la wrestling, and I hop back in the ring.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess that's my question for you then. What are you doing in Lake Arkansas? I know Deacon's your cousin, but it seems like you're here for reasons beyond just that.
We are. I was asked to look into Philip's death, honestly, and look into something weird that had been happening in this town, in this bar, as you may have noticed. Please, of course you fucking noticed she was there! As you noticed last night, obviously. Something is wrong. Something has gone wrong and is going wrong. And I'm here to try and help and fix that so things don't keep going wrong and nobody gets hurt.
Well, nobody else gets hurt.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, and I was like, that seems rude, but I think it also
seems
perfect for
Alister's...
No, that's Alister's move. Yup. That's right. You've called the insensitive boys onto the case.
So you've come here under not the most straightforward pretenses. And you're telling me that not only is my home in danger, but also my literal home, the place I live, might be the site of a supernatural occurrence.
Yep.
And that more people are going to get hurt unless I let you look upstairs.
The looking upstairs.
Do you realize how unbelievable this
Yep.
could sound to someone?
I do. Now, I will say, we don't have to look upstairs. If you decide, nope, I don't want you in my home, that's fine. That is your choice, and I will respect that. And I'm not trying to gaslight you into saying if you don't let us upstairs, people are going to die. because that's not true. I'm fixing this, no matter what. Would it be helpful? Sure, there might be information out there that will be helpful. Will I get by without it? Yes, because I've been doing my job for a real long time, and I'm pretty damn good at it. I put the contract back in my jacket.
She seems a little unconvinced, and I would recommend your roll.
Okay. Can I do honest to a fault? Because I'm telling the truth to get someone to do what I want.
Yeah, certainly.
Rock on, so that's a +4. Let's see, that is a positive and 3 neutrals, so overall I have a 5.
Damn.
I don't think I understand what the contract and Philip and the candles and everything has to do with each other. I think you're poking your nose where you don't belong. But if it helps people, fine, you can look upstairs.
Oh, that made me mad, actually. The, poke your nose where you don't belong, I think gets Saint a little mad. He's not gonna say anything for now, but if she keeps poking, we're gonna get in real trouble. Thank you, Macy, I appreciate that. If you want, I can explain everything, I just think it's gonna take some time, but I'm happy to do it if you would like.
Sure.
Okay. Do we have to do that in character, or can I just do a brief summation?
Can I start with something instead? I think Alister will... I think I took a photo of the note... Oh, we wouldn't have any reason. I want to show her the note that he left for the other guy, whose house we definitely broke into.
Harvey.
Yes. Harvey.
Which I can't, because I can't... Yeah.
But I think I will probably show her, because we took pictures of the... Did we take pictures of the diary
journal
entry? Yeah, because I can show her, those and explain, that's the beginning point. And use that to explain, a long time ago, many eons ago.
I'm really quite tempted to tell her that she should ask Harvey.
She should ask Alice.
Or Alice.
Because we already explained everything to Alice.
Go ask Alice.
That's why I was
go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall. Before Saint launches into his explanation, I think Alister will does say, Macy, I don't think you're the only one of his neighbors who Phil asked to help with this whole business. I think it was something that was important enough to require the buy-in of more than just him, if you ask around.
It takes a village to keep these damn candles lit.
Yeah. This wasn't just some quirk of Philip's. The only thing I might want to add is that this is something that was meant to include the whole town, kind of. Mm-hmm. That this is something Phil thought was important enough to ask his neighbors for help with, a thing that he doesn't seem to have wanted to do very often. I don't know. Maybe that's not important and I should just can it.
No, I think it's worth saying.
Yeah. Okay.
My brief rundown to her is going to be show journal, a bunch of families were decided to put these candles up to protect from this so-called stranger. We don't know what it is.
We do think it's whatever tried to drown you in the lake, though.
Yeah, and we confirmed the locations of all these candles. One of them is blown out, which happened after Philip died. We don't know if his death is related or not. But that's what we're looking into, and we're hoping that the room upstairs where your candle is might have more information on this ritual that kept the town safe.
You think whatever this was is what killed Philip?
I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully not. Considering that the candles were all lit when he died, it could have just been an accident. But I can't confirm for sure, considering he was the one taking care of the candles, and whatever is in the lake certainly would have hated him more than anyone else for keeping it locked in. Maybe it had more influence over the lake than anything else, and certainly almost got me. But right now, the biggest issue is now that it has a little wiggle room, what else can it do?
She seems a little more incredulous than usual. She's been writing this line between anger and disbelief the entire time you've been talking to her. You are asking a pretty mundane citizen to accept some pretty extraordinary claims. That her home specifically is haunted, that there's a ritual affecting the entire town, and she seems a little caught up on the idea that whatever this is what directly harmed Philip. She pauses for a while, but then there's like a moment of clarity later after she's processed for a second. She stutters out a reply. She's uncertain of it as she says it. Well, no, they weren't all lit the night he died.
Oh! What do you mean?
She is kind of staring down at the bar. There's like a little bit of, not shock to her, but there's like a little haziness, like she's dissociating away from the moment and maybe away from any future consequences that might be happening. 'Cause that night, Philip and I pushed him about the contract, and we had a bit of a fight. I didn't hurt him, but out of spite, I did blow out that candle upstairs.
I see. Okay.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I didn't think it was important to him.
You didn't know?
When I did, when I told him that I'd done that, I saw it was like the blood drain from his face, and he ran upstairs. He came down like a half hour later and said that he had fixed it. I didn't know what he meant at the time, and I didn't get a chance to ask, because that was the last night any of us ever saw him. But so those candles were keeping him alive, or were keeping something else?
They were keeping in.
Her jaw's like kind of shaking, and you can see her hands are tensing up. Did I kill Philip?
No. You made a mistake, but you didn't know that you did. There's nothing you can do about that now. The stranger, this thing, that is what killed Philip. That is what we are going to stop. Though I don't know, you would think that if you'd relit the candle, it would have been fine, but I don't know. Maybe there's a span of time where it's weaker. Maybe something went wrong. Either way, that wasn't on you.
She slumps back against the counter behind her, and you can see her slide down in such a way that she is sitting on the ground, kind of letting her body weight collapse to the ground. The various shelves of alcohol clink and rattle with the shift in weight. For a brief moment, as you look past the bottles of alcohol into the mirror back of that bar counter, you see the glimpse of a third person, Philip Creek, however briefly, and then he's gone.
I mean, I'm going to her side, like, immediately, if only to make sure she, like, didn't hurt herself on the way down. I'll keep some space, because I don't know if she wants me to, like, touch her right now or want anything to do with me, but I'll go over. Macy?
I shouldn't have pushed him. He didn't want to sell. I shouldn't have kept pushing it.
Maybe.
And whether or not that thing with the candle is true, I can't help but think he died angry at me. And I couldn't tell anyone about that for a week. She begins to cry.
Oh, Macy. Okay, I'll go closer. I'm treating like a wild animal. I'll go closer and like kneel next to her and like let her, if she wants a hug or something. I don't know if I'll just sit there and wait. She's gotta process that on her own time. We don't have to like do that in media res or something, but I'll let her kind of cry it out. And if she wants to lean on me, or she wants to sit away, or she wants to move away, that's her business.
Sure. I'm gonna say she leans on you for support.
Okay.
Nice.
Emotional support exorcist.
This is so...
We'll expel a ghost and your lingering guilt.
What was that?
We'll expel a ghost
and your lingering guilt. That's right. Exorcist, therapist, resident hottie. I do it all.
It's true. I don't know that I want to go over there, but I think Alister kind of like, is it awkward if I just like lean over the bar to kind of like talk to her while still giving her enough space?
It's a little funny, but I think like you should do it anyway.
It's awkward only because Alister's doing it. Go ahead.
Yeah, but he's like lanky, and I feel like he's like physically tall enough that he can make it work. He leans over the bar, and we'll kind of try to copy Saint's like gentle matter of fact tone, and does say, Macy, we've seen was it twice now that we think we've seen him?
Well, I mean, we just saw him in the mirror. We talked to him in the mirror that one time. I think we've seen him a few times now. We saw him in a different mirror also, and we may or may not have seen him upstairs.
Yeah. I think Alister will lean over and just to say, Macy, we're pretty sure we've seen Philip at least twice, and however he was feeling about selling the bar, about the fight, and it is clear that he cared very deeply about Lake Arkansas. That's not what's keeping him here. He may have been upset, but I don't want to actually say he's got bigger fish to fry now, but that is kind of the vibe.
He kind of does.
It's that he may have been upset, but what's keeping him here is how much he cared about the town, and that includes you.
There we go. Good job, big man.
Capable of being emotionally insightful, like
once
per. I get my like once per season mystery.
That's right. You spent your emotional insight
point. She starts to wipe her tears with like the cuff of her sleeve.
I'm gonna grab one of the. I'm assuming there's bar napkins. I'm gonna like grab a bar napkin and pass it to Saint. No, I'm gonna try to hand it to Saint to hand to her because I assume you're closer to me.
Yeah, I think so. Sorry, I just was like, you're just gonna throw them down at her basketball style. Yeah, I'll take them from you and pass them to her.
I immediately, I'm like, oh fuck, I've been like emotionally insightful. I immediately have to
rain napkins down on this poor woman's head.
Yeah, I have to immediately start quipping like I'm in a Marvel movie.
Yeah. Oh, she's behind me, isn't she? I'll pass them over to her.
She accepts the napkin. Okay, go upstairs, whatever you need. I have to get ready for customers.
Yeah.
We open soon.
Sure. Thank you for the help and for listening. I'll like stand up and offer her a hand to get up.
Just let me, she takes it and then stands up, maybe moving to the side of the bar to grab those various, you'll remember last time she came in with like a handful of groceries.
Yeah.
To put away some various, lemons and limes and the usual kind of bar snacks and whatnot.
Yeah. Those little pretzels.
Just let me know what we can do to make things right for him.
I will.
And I think maybe we can end this episode here.
Yippee! Upstairs.
What you've been listening to was ParaScience, a glimpse into a world unknown. It is an actual play horror adventure told to you through the Fate system. Our players are Ezra Kaye as Man in Black Alister McAndrews, and Matty Trumbo-Gomes as capable young man Saint Garcia Flores. As for myself, I was your game master and disembodied voice, Ben Hamlin. I also produced this show, with editing assistance by Matty Trumbo-Gomes. Our theme song was by the incorporeal Johnny Rinaldo, and our logo was created by the haunted visage of Terra Bosart. This show is brought to you by Infinity Break, where we're telling stories our own way. You can check out our website and all of our other shows at infinitybreak.net, and I would encourage you to join the haunted chorus of voices at the Infinity Break fan Discord, bit.ly/Infinity Talk. That's capital I Infinity, capital T Talk. We have a Patreon at patreon.com/Infinity Break, where you can start donating to Infinity Break for as little as $1 a month. Finally, if you listen through Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a review. Reviews help us rise in the podcasting charts and help more people stumble across our show like a body in the woods. That's all for now. Let ParaScience gaze back at you like a face in the mirror that isn't yours.